It's a brand new day, a brand new show, and a brand new guest on Big G Meets the Music Stars, a show where I, Big G, get up close and personal with the stars of the music biz. And folks, let's do something different today. In the past couple of episodes, I've featured guests who sing and compose original music in English. But on today's show, our guest is a young and talented boy who sings and composes music in Konkani. He's already been making waves in the Konkani music circuit. Put your hands together for Alison Gonsalves.
Thank you.
Alison, welcome to the show. It's an absolute pleasure and privilege having you on the show, and thank you for taking the time out and joining us out here.
Thank you so much, Godfrey. I love to be here. It's an honor for me to be here.
Tell me a little bit about yourself and your music.
Basically, my story is very different to what most of the musicians are. I did not start with music at a very young age.
Okay, you are very young.
I'm saying mostly people, musicians start their journey in music when they are like kids, like 5, 6 also. People.
Oh yeah.
So for me, my entire childhood was all about and only about football.
Oh yeah? Oh, that's so wonderful. Yeah. So you are /were a sports person?
Yes, I used to play football throughout my childhood. I was training with Dempo Juniors also.
Fantastic.
But then at a point of time, probably I think around when I was 14, I broke my ankle. I had a crucial ligament tear. So that's when I left football, and I was not doing anything else that time.
Okay.
So I started with music probably around when I was 18. Oh. That's when I picked up a guitar.
Technically, that's a little late to start off with music.
Yeah, technically it's quite late.
Yes.
But having said that, I've always been inspired by musicians and music throughout my life. Entire childhood I've spent listening to music at home because my family, my cousins and all are all into music.
Okay, so then how did you make your foray into music?
I picked up the guitar first thing.
You never played the guitar before that?
No, I never played the guitar, and I for sure did not know that I can sing. Actually, after picking up the guitar, after probably like 3-4 years, that's when I realized that I can sing a little bit.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, this is just an offbeat question. Which was the first song that you actually started singing?
The first song.
Do you remember?
Yes, I remember. The first song that I picked up on a guitar, actually the teacher who was teaching me taught me D chord first.
Okay.
Because he was a violinist, and violinists, they start with D because that's where the easiest scale. I don't know if it's easiest.
Okay.
So violinists usually start with D. So he taught me a D chord first.
Okay.
And entire lifetime I've been hearing Bryan Adams a lot.
I'm a huge Bryan Adams fan.
I for sure knew that Summer of '69 is on D. But that was not the first song I played. The first song I played was Everything I Do It For You.
Oh, from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Yes.
Okay. And a ballad. Was it directed at someone, just out of curiosity?
No.
Okay. Please continue.
So yeah, that was the first thing I learned. But I went for classes only for like a month, and I did not like the pace the music teacher was going on because I was 18. I wanted it to happen faster because people at my age were performing in bands, and I was like, D and A and G. That's it. So I turned to the internet. That's where I
wise decision. Then.
Yeah. So I picked up the pace, and within a year, I was performing songs. I would just randomly go performing with musicians, not for money, just for experience.
Okay. You would say a band is playing.
Yeah, I would.
You would just jam up with them.
Yeah, if I know anybody from the band, if anybody from the band is my friend, I would just say before I start the gig, can I just come and jam up with you guys? So yeah, they would let me.
So
come.
It was not during the gig; it was before
the gig, and then eventually they would give me one song in the last set to play, some leaks or whatever.
Fantastic.
But still, then I would not sing though.
Oh, you never. This was just the playing part.
It was just playing, yeah.
Oh, and then you realized you had the potential to sing and become a singer.
First of all, I did not believe them because I thought this is just encouraging me to sing.
Okay.
But then a lot of people said, you really have a good voice. You can sing. I said, okay, let's try.
Who were your influences that made you want to sing, not the playing part again? Your favorite singers?
Okay. Growing up, I had a lot of influences. Been listening to, like I said, Bryan Adams a lot, Queen a lot. I've been watching concerts of mostly Queen, Bryan Adams, MLTR, all these people. Even country artists I've been watching.
Okay, this is a myth that has been shattered. As I have the concept that I had in mind, a lot of Konkani musicians are influenced by Konkani stage music, theatrals.
Yeah.
Okay, now that has a very brassy sound and a very typical, a standard way of performing and singing, which is definitely not really, no, I wouldn't call it westernized. And have you been influenced by that kind of music?
To be honest, no.
So what does your sound consist of?
My sound is mostly, it has Goan flavor because of the language, of course.
Okay.
But the sound is basically a lot western than Goan.
Then Konkani stage.
Then Konkani stage one. But it does have a Goan flavor, a lot of Goan flavor.
Oh yeah?
Because Goan music, even in the stage they use a guitar, they use drums. One of my tracks is like very ballad oriented.
And the name of the track?
That is Mog Zala.
Okay.
So that does have a little bit of that.
And as far as the brass section or whatever is not used in your kind of music, but have you been influenced by that music?
In terms of Konkani music, I've been influenced by Chris Perry a lot, Alfred Rose a lot.
Understandable,
because
they are legends.
These people are like legends. Their music is evergreen. I think it's not gonna fade away anytime.
Absolutely, absolutely. And have you performed live?
Yes. So
solo.
Yeah. So after I started performing with the band, for a year I was going around doing gigs. Then I thought to myself, it's time to form my own band. So I thought a band would be a little too much. So started with a trio.
Which year was this?
This was in 2010.
Okay. Oh, that's 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's 10 years ago. We started our first trio, me, my sister, and a neighbor.
Oh, that's so fantastic.
Yeah, my sister was...
and where did you all practice?
So we would practice at my place because two of the members are from the same house, and my neighbor would come and jam. So my sister was always into music since childhood.
Okay.
And she is a brilliant singer, and so that's where we started a band, trio band, and we took up contracts in resorts, we took up parties.
What kind of music were you playing, singing?
When we started, it was, in the resorts it's mostly Western music. Covers of Western songs, popular songs. We would go in sets, like do a slow rock set or something like that.
Oh.
In the start, and then my sister would sing a little bit of Konkani songs.
Okay. And what made you go the original way?
I started writing English music first, to be honest with you. The Konkani songs that I released were written just 3 years back. I released 2 of them last year, but they were written probably 1 year before they released.
Okay.
But before that, I've been only writing English. I've written a lot of English songs.
But you never released them?
They are in the pipeline. They'll come out someday.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. So you have released 2 songs.
Yes.
And you have released them on YouTube?
Yes, I have.
And how's it been?
So to get on YouTube, it's a big step actually. You have all these thoughts in your head that what people are going to say.
Okay, so you must have had a lot of conflicting thoughts in your head.
Lot of conflicting thoughts. I started YouTube channel maybe in 2015, but we were only posting English covers.
Covers?
That's it, yeah.
Okay.
Just covers of some tracks.
And especially when you do an original song, I think the fear of criticism is always there.
A lot, yeah.
And how many hits did you actually end up getting?
So my first Konkani release is almost, I think it's 500,000.
500,000, oh! Yeah. So that sets your mind at ease.
Yeah, that sets my mind at ease. And the next one was bigger hit than that. It's reaching 1 million. It's at 800K right now.
Amazing. So you have a very loyal fan base by now.
I think so.
Okay. I think enough of the heavy questions. Okay. Now let's lighten up a little bit. You have played live. You've had a lot of gigs. Give me the funniest moment that you have had. Let's lighten up the mood out here. I think let's put a smile on the faces, our faces and our viewers' faces.
Okay, straight away when you talk about funny moments, I can think of this one party that we were playing.
Where was this?
This was in close to Majorda,
Okay.
where I live. This was a party which we were playing. I'm not sure what party it was, but we were the band. We were on the stage.
Okay.
And the MC was out on the floor.
Okay.
And usually bands, what we do is we turn the MC off on the monitoring system. No hard feelings.
No offense taken, but I can so understand because masters of ceremonies tend to ramble on and interrupt, motivating their idea is to motivate the crowd, but sometimes the crowd doesn't need motivation.
Yeah. So what we did is we had cut him off from the monitoring system and. We could not hear him. So before he started talking, he came to me and he told me that he wants a certain song by Eric Clapton. I won't tell the name yet. He wants a certain song by Eric Clapton.
Was this a request or was this his request?
His request for the couple. I don't know whose request, he said this is the song we want and get ready. I'm gonna give you a cue. So we went down and he started talking about something, which I had no idea.
Was this connected to the song /
Now I'll tell you what people told me who were outside listening. So it seems that the MC said this is a very beautiful song that the couple requested. I think it was not a wedding, it was some party. But the couple requested this song. Beautiful song which talks about the world and how beautiful it is, about the greenery, about the sky and everything.
Has Eric Clapton sung this particular song?
And then he does this, he talks about the song, saying that it's about everything, and then he gives me a cue to start. And I start, it's late in the evening.
That's Wonderful Tonight.
I'm singing Wonderful Tonight, and he wanted me to sing Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong.
Oh man! and what was his reaction? His face must have been worth $1 million.
Yeah, he was like, he started getting couples to dance, and he's like this, like at me. And I'm like, I have no idea why he is looking, why even people are looking at me. Because I have no idea. He came and he told us, Eric Clapton, Wonderful Tonight. And we said, okay, we are ready. And then he goes and talks about Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong.
And the end result?
And the end result, so people come up and ask me, my friends are, wait, weren't you supposed to play Wonderful World? I said, I didn't know, the MC told me to play this song.
And you all used to play Wonderful World.
Yeah, then eventually we played Wonderful World. And then he cleared it out.
Oh, that's amazing. But it's very, very funny when you come across a situation like that. Okay, your craziest fan moment. Do you have people?
I can think about lots. Recently, after I released the songs, I've gone performing in colleges.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and the amount of people that recognize you and they come and click pictures with you is like...
it's amazing.
It's amazing, and I did not expect for myself to...
Which means your game plan is working.
It's working. Those people are listening.
You have definitely got the right crowd listening to you. So you had a lot of people approaching you and taking selfies.
Yes, and the best part was when they were saying the lyric of the song. That was the most satisfying.
Oh, they knew the song?
Yeah, they were singing the lyrics of the song. So that was very satisfying. I think for any artist, it's very satisfying.
I can so imagine that. It's such a beautiful feeling.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and I think you also have lightened up. So, okay, we're ready with the rapid fire round. So, question number 1, your favorite food?
Okay, Goan.
Whatever comes to your mind first.
Right now, just Goan food is coming to my mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anything which has sausages.
That is so amazing because that is also my favorite food.
Yeah.
Next question, your favorite activity during this lockdown period?
Netflix right now.
Watching movies? So am I. So I'm guilty. These are guilty pleasures you just can't give up. And I think even after the lockdown is over, I'm still going to watch a lot of Netflix. Yeah. Okay. Are you a morning or a night person?
Night person, definitely night person.
What time do you wake up in the morning?
I sleep around 4 or 5. Mostly around 4.
I know a friend who does that. I'm beginning to think all creative people tend to sleep at 4 or 5 and they are night people. Anyways, describe yourself in 3 words.
That's difficult. Simple?
Simple.
I'm simple.
He just said it. Okay. The strangest thing that you've ever eaten?
Strangest thing? I can't think of anything. I've tried a lot though.
Okay.
I don't mind trying.
Okay. You're open to eating?
I'm open to eating.
Anything? Almost anything?
It has to taste good.
Yeah, like for me, the strangest thing that I've ever eaten is sushi. I mean, and I'd never tried it before, and recently I tried it.
Okay, I've eaten sushi. I've eaten things that I shouldn't say on camera.
Fair enough. Okay. Which is the worst place that you have ever been and been stuck at, and why?
Kotalim Junction, Margaon to Panjim. That is the worst place. During the bridge works,
Okay.
I've been stuck there for 5 hours.
My.
I don't think anything even comes close to getting stuck there.
5 hours. And how did you manage to kill 5 hours? Were you stuck in your car?
Yeah, I was stuck in my car. I was listening to FM.
Okay.
Probably listening to you as well. I don't know. And playing games on the phone.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how cool are you?
Like I said, I'm simple, so I'll stick in the middle, 5.
I think you're somewhere more or less 9.5, but hey, you're a simple guy and you're also a modest guy. So
let people know in comments.
Okay, yeah, and viewers, feel free to comment on how cool you think, because if it's left to the viewers, I think they would probably rate you 11.
Okay.
But that's the power, the fan power that you already have. Okay, have you ever tried doing something that you're really terrible at?
Yes.
What?
Dancing and acting.
You're bad at dancing? I would think. I'm terrible at dancing. I have 2 left feet in case you didn't notice. But you're bad at dancing? I would have thought you were amazing.
No, I suck at dancing. But I'm pretty good at weddings when the formal set is going.
Okay, so so you're good at, say, waltz or jive?
Yeah, kind of. But then,
so you mean you're not great at freestyle dancing? Freestyle dancing is something that has no rules, so you don't really know whether you're great or
but
bad.
Then you shouldn't look like a mad person also.
Well said. I'm going to keep that in mind the next time I try freestyle dancing, but I don't try dancing at all.
Also acting though, because I was forced to go to an audition here, and I told the person, see, bro, I suck at this. Don't even try.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to elaborate on this particular incident because this sounds amusing.
Yeah, so I was forced to go for this audition for I think it was a Konkani movie. I don't know what movie it was. And entire audition, all I did was laugh. I would say one line and laugh. That's all I did.
No, how many lines were you given?
There was not much, but the person asked me to speak in my own dialect of Sashti.
Okay.
And I got married to a lady who's from North, and my accent has mixed.
Okay, it's fused.
It's fused. So I have mix of North and Sashti and everything. And then I would say one word in Sashti and one word in that accent, and then laugh to myself.
On camera?
On camera, yeah.
Needless to say, were you selected or not selected?
I told them, don't select me.
You told them not to select you? Oh, that's one story that you should have told us a lot earlier. Anyway, final question in the rapid fire round is, what is your biggest addiction?
Music.
Well said. And thus ends the rapid fire round. Okay.
Okay, Godfrey, I have to ask you something. This might be a little personal, but I think our viewers would like to know this.
Okay.
This is now rapid fire back to you. Just going to be one question. Are you ready?
Can I think about the question once you ask me?
Maybe for 5 seconds. 5 seconds.
All right.
Yeah. Why are you sweating?
Yeah. Okay, that's the question.
No, that's not the question. Why are you sweating before even I asked the question?
That look in your eye tells me a lot, and I suspect the question might be a little awkward, and that is making me sweat.
Okay. So I know that you've been an RJ for a long time right now.
Okay.
So I want to ask you something in regards to that. What is the naughtiest thing you've said on air, and what is the most embarrassing thing that has happened to you on air?
Okay. The naughtiest thing is, okay, we have been constantly told that, we have to avoid touchy subjects. So while I totally avoid religion or politics, I never dwell into that. But I am a huge Pat Benatar fan. Okay, Australian singer from the 80s. And I was about to play a song. I don't recall which song it was. I think it was Love is a Battlefield. And whenever I had a huge crush on Pat Benatar when I was a kid. Okay. And the moment I was introducing the song and I said, and listeners, here is Love is a Battlefield by the sexy Pat Benatar. And the moment I said that, 5 minutes after that, I got a call from the duty room and they said, you just said the S word. So I said, I wasn't too sure about whether I could say that or not, but while it was okay with them, but the amount of flack that I got from my colleagues rather than listeners was embarrassing, because everyone by then knew that they assumed that I like short girls. And I was already married, which was strange, and I still get picked on because of that. Now, the most embarrassing thing that happened was I was doing the rock show. Okay, and occasionally, those days we used to have CD players. Now everything is loaded and we have a software on the computer called Natia. Okay. Now those days we used to have CDs. So since it was a rock show, I was going to play a 3 Days Grace song. I distinctly recall. Now I had 2 programs that I had to host. One was a rock show, and later on the A channel, the AM channel, I needed to do a classical show. Okay. So, and I announced, okay, and we are playing full power rock music. We are playing Megadeth, Pantera, and I was just about to do some modern rock, and I said, let's do 3 Days Grace. I hate everything about you. So I announced a song, and suddenly Mozart starts playing. Interchange CDs. It's going absolutely, and and at that point of time, I did not know what to do because I was relatively new. So the CD thing was still on. So I'm struggling to find the buttons, and while Mozart is busy killing my show. So that was the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to me on air. So help me God, and viewers, never ever tell the story to anyone. Okay. That's done. I'm red-faced, and you have got me, Alison. And viewers, if you thought I was naughty, this guy takes the cake.
Okay. Before we move away from that, who do you find sexy now? Have your point of interest changed?
Truth be told, my wife's going to kill me for this. If I was left alone on a deserted island, and while I would still want my wife to be a part of this, I already have that wistful look and I'm in faraway land. The one woman that I'd want to be with is Jennifer Connelly, because I'm a huge Jennifer Connelly fan, and she's going to be starring in Top Gun, the remake of Top Gun with Tom Cruise. And I've watched The Hot Spot, I've watched Blood Diamond, and she still makes my heart flutter. And when I reach home right now, I'm pretty safe. But after this episode is aired, rest in peace, Godfrey. There goes Big G out the window. Now, my final question of the show: what is the future, or rather, what does the future hold for Alison Gonsalves?
I have a song coming up soon, which is also in Konkani.
Okay.
And after that, I plan to release, like I told you before, the English songs that I've already.
Are you planning on releasing an album?
I think singles work better than albums right now.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because it's unlike the olden days where people would buy media from like CDs and
Correct.
right now I think singles. Most of the artists go for singles.
Singles, okay.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of English material also.
Yes, I do.
And all original.
Yes.
Composed?
Yes.
Arranged?
Yes.
Oh, so it just needs to be recorded and released.
Yeah, it needs little fine tuning and it needs time to work on.
And what else do you plan to do? Do you plan to do a lot of live shows also?
Yeah, after the lockdown is over, definitely. I can't wait to start singing live. It's like that's one of the things that is killing me. I think it's killing most of the musicians.
Yeah,
they just want to
and
get
not
on the
just
stage.
musicians, entertainers alike.
Entertainers, yeah. Also, a lot of entertainers, like myself, we go live on Instagram nowadays to just kill time.
Yeah, that is also a good way
Facebook and YouTube, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way of actually promoting your songs. Leave them with a teaser.
Yeah,
and because what we are going to do is we are going to ask you to play a song, and it's going to be what we believe in, a little bit of purity. Okay. So it's going to be purely acoustic.
Okay, all right.
Okay. And viewers, this is an absolute pleasure. It's been an absolute pleasure having such a young and talented musician. Alison, thanks for joining us. It's awesome having you. And keep in mind, viewers, it's going to be a brand new show and a brand new artist that we profile every week. So all you got to do is support us by liking and subscribing to the channel. And I'll see you all guys soon. I'm going to leave you with Alison, and he's going to play an acoustic version of his single, which has been so huge on YouTube.
Okay, before I start, I'd like to say a big thank you for View Playlist for having me here. And this is an amazing platform that View Playlist is giving all the artists, not just artists, a lot of fields that they are exploring. And I think their umbrella is like huge. And this is amazing for all goans. So kudos to you guys. Also a big thank you to the host, Big G, for making me feel very comfortable, and I hope you guys didn't get bored and had fun. Also, if you guys, most of you guys are aware of Spotify, Apple Music and all the online stores, my music is available everywhere. So you guys can check me out there. And yeah, YouTube, you know, just follow me. It's Alison Gonsalves on YouTube. So this is Mog Zala Maka Acoustic. Kitle sobet moga tu Maka dista. Karzano ja sodant uso pedoita. Ado itle Maka do gitiak sodaita. Mog mozo koruk fadi gitiak sorta. Mog 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 zala Maka. Mog 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 zala Maka. Doruntuka goban moja disani rata asheda. Pishaba shem zogle sorum. Tu eta dunya pauta. Mog 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 zala Maka. Mog 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 zala Maka. Small part of it. Okay guys, I'm going to do one more song. This is the first time I'm even performing this song, never. This is purely electronic, the song, the way it is. So this is how I came up with it. The lyrics are very spontaneous, very fresh. It's not what we've heard in Konkani before. Listen to it. It's very different. Rostian toltu etana, vegle polis pautuka. Zaptuka kure sotana, kardan kukup zadamaka. Doyam chenel letevna, sosa tam loso dislo. Chikina stara tuja nogren, pisova kakelo. Nanv Tuje Kitem. Nanv Tuje Kitem, sangvagana, doroso tu lo kurta. E Delroy